So today, talking about statements, we have two main objectives. We want to be able to identify if something is called a statement in terms of logic, and then we want to learn the symbolic way to represent statements. So first, a statement is defined as being a declarative sentence that could be either true or false. It cannot be a question, and it cannot be a command, because those are not things that are true or false. Okay? So we need to first identify if something is a statement. My birthday is in June. Is that a statement?
Yes.
Yes. That could be either true or false, but it's not a question, it's not a command. It is a fact. It could be a true or a false fact, though. It is, in fact, true. If it rains, the game will be canceled. Is that a statement?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. It's not a command. It's not a question. It has a condition to it that if it rains, then something may happen. But a conditional statement is still a statement. Stop talking.
No.
No. That is not a statement. That is a command.
No.
So that is not something that's true or false. That's just something you're being told to do.
No.
Are you going to the play?
No.
Okay, so that is not a statement because it's not true or false. It's a question. It needs an answer. Math is my favorite subject.
Yes.
That is a statement. Could be true or false, but it is in fact a statement.
It's a trick question.
I know, I just tricked you all into saying that math is your favorite subject. Ha! my evil plan to make you all love math.
Your little pencil grinder thing doesn't work.
The grinder. Alright, so in this next part, we're going to look at how we can take words and turn them into symbols. We can take a phrase of a statement and represent it by a single letter. And then we have symbols for some common words that we do, things that we do. So one thing that we do is we do something that's called a negation, which is saying not, or making the opposite thing. Our symbol for that is the little tilde, the little squiggle line. You use it a lot in Spanish. But this little tilde thing, that is our symbol for the word not.
Is it that with the P or is it just that?
Well, we would use that little symbol means not, and then we would use whatever letter is representing our phrase. So if our phrase is represented by P, then we would say tilde
P.
P.
Are representing like examples.
Yes,
like
P and Q are representing examples of phrases.
Yeah.
So in this example, the not would be represented by the tilde, and then like P would be going shopping. So we could define shopping as meaning the letter P. So the next one says, I am going shopping and going to a movie. So shopping we said is P. We could say movie is Q. If I want to say I'm doing this and this, our symbol is like a little wedge arrow up. Okay, so like a little mountain peak is what we use for the word and. So if P is shopping and Q is movie, if I want to say shopping and movie, I would say P and then little mountain peak Q. That's called a conjunction. Also in English, it's called a conjunction. Logic is definitely a part of math, but it is also a part of critical thinking, which used to be taught by a math teacher, so there's a lot of overlap there.
That was really
Who did critical thinking?
Mr. Hoffman. He's the one who created the class a long time ago. I am going shopping or going to a movie. So this means when we use the word or in logic, it could mean one or the other or both. Okay, the word or allows for both to happen as well. So going shopping or going to the movie, I could go shopping, I could go to the movie, or I could do both. Those are all okay. If shopping was P and movie is Q, we use or as meaning the upside down of P. So like a V. And that means or in logic. That's called a disjunction. We have a conditional statement. That's where we have an if-then. We say, if I go shopping, then I will go to the movie. shopping was P, movie was Q, and the way that we show this pattern of one thing following another is with an arrow. So we do P, arrow, Q. That means if P happens, then Q will also happen. And our last one is if and only if, which is called a biconditional, that it should be true in both directions. I will go shopping if and only if I go to a movie. We actually have a letter abbreviation for the phrase if and only if. We call it IFF because we're too lazy to write if and only if a lot. But our symbol notation for that is an arrow that points in both directions. If and only if a biconditional statement results in truth forward or backward. So, our next type of problem then wants us to turn words into symbols or symbols into words. So our directions here gives us some letters. P means it's Friday, Q means it's raining, R means going to a movie, S means not going to the basketball game. And then we can use those letters and we can use our symbols of the arrow or the mountain or the V, whatever is appropriate, the little not symbol, the tilde. So today is Friday. How do I represent today is Friday?
P.
P. And, how do I represent and?
Mountain.
A little mountain peak. It's raining. How do I represent raining?
Q.
Q. First one is P, mountain peak, Q. P and Q. It is not raining. So it is raining is Q, so how do I say it is not raining?
Squiggle Q.
Little squiggle Q, tilde Q. It is not raining, and, we said and is our mountain peak. I'm going to a movie. R.
What is the thing after the mountain peak?
R.
Oh. S.
The phrase going to a movie. I am going to the basketball game. Okay, so S says I am not going to the basketball game. So if I want to say I am going to the basketball game, I have to do squiggle S. That's like a double negative. So this says I am not going to the basketball game, which would mean I am going to the basketball game. Okay, so if the phrase is already negated and we want it to not be negated, we still use the squiggle.
Oh.
I'm going to the basketball game. Or, so how do I do or?
Just guessing.
Really?
The down.
The downward pointing V,
Valley.
the valley. Or I am going to a movie. Movie is R.
Wait,
It's
why is
like code language.
I'm going basketball. Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Forget. Sorry.
If it is raining, so this has that if then. So what was our symbol for if then?
An arrow.
An arrow. So we're going to have something, arrow, something. It is raining is
Q.
Q. Arrow, not going to the basketball game is S. We don't need the squiggle because S already actually has the word not in it. So we don't need the double negative there. Questions on those? So then vice versa, if you get the symbols, you want to write the words. So P says it is Saturday. So we'd say it is Saturday. And then what's mountain mean? And R. I am going to the beach. By the way, I wrote these lessons during the summer. If I had written them this week, it might be something more like art prize. But yeah, so we're talking about sunny and swimming and beach, which makes us a little sad when we look outside, but that's what it is.
It's a beautiful.
Okay, so this one has that double arrow in it. What's the double arrow mean?
If
If
and only.
If and only if, and that happens in the middle of a sentence. So we're going to start by saying the phrase are, which is I'm going to the beach. beach. And then we would say if and only if, and if you want to do IFF, that's fine. That's close enough to words for me. And then not S.
I'm going to swim.
I am going to swim. Since S already had a not in it, if I have not S, then not, we should just take that away. We don't want to say not. Okay, so just take it away. Q says it is sunny. Downward pointing V is or. And then S, I am not.
Wait, since there's a squiggly before the not, then you don't have the N, the not in there at all.
Right, because there already was a not, so not, we just take it away.
If there's two like tildes in the sentence, they don't cancel, right?
No, they would only cancel if they were right next to each other,
Okay.
but otherwise different phrases can be negated. So we can negate more than one phrase. So this last one has a lot of stuff going on in it. So it has the arrow. The arrow means we have to do something at the beginning and the middle of our statement because the arrow represents both the words if and then. So we need to say if Q, so it is sunny, then R, which is I am going to the beach, upward pointing mountain, and not S. S already has a not in it, so we're just going to say I am going to swim. Questions?